members of the board. The last month you approved helping both Covington and Clifton Forge with recycling efforts, making that available to folks in the unincorporated as well as the incorporated areas. And both have appreciated that. What you have before you is a memorandum of understanding that pretty much lays out that arrangement, and approval of the memo is recommended.
And this is another cost-sharing piece with Covington, so.
Yes, sir. Both with Covington, Clifton Forge, and Iron Gate, all four localities. And on the last page is a division of what those costs are. Alleghany counties being 51.5%, the Covington being 28.7%, Clifton Forge being 17.8%, and Iron Gate being 1.6%. And that's based on the population within those, the unincorporated area and each of the incorporated areas, with a 10% differential, figuring that folks in the unincorporated area may be less likely somewhat to recycle than folks in incorporated areas.
So you would want us to approve the MOU?
Yes, sir. I didn't, you've approved doing it, and the MOU says what you're doing, but for the record, I thought it'd be helpful that that be in the minutes itself, as opposed to me signing something that wasn't necessarily in the minutes.
I know.
Where's the recycle center?
There would be two. The existing recycle centers are in Covington and Clifton Forge. The one in Covington is across from the high school, and Clifton Forge is kind of, I believe, behind Hardee's there. Not sure exactly about the Clifton Forge location. But this would open it up so that citizens of the county could utilize those two stations.
Mhm. We're basically just a funding source, hands-off.
Exactly.
That is clean, I mean, we don't have to manage it.
This is less than what we were paying JRA.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's the same compaction machine that they do have in Covington, where it's
Go for it.
self-contained, you know, I think, and we're working together as an area. Do I have a motion to approve?
So be.
I have a motion by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Cox. Melissa?
Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yeah.
Mr. Griffith?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Following the last meeting, it was suggested, Mr. Ashton Harrison was here from Bath County, and it was suggested that we get together. What seems to work out would be to join he and the board member representing the Lake Mumaw area for while we're at the VACO meeting. So that's not really the chair and vice chair as you'd requested, but
Just a member, I think.
I figured, okay. Redistricting, just from a general information for the public, the informal redistricting group got together and had to make a number of changes throughout the county in order to be sure that each district has the same number, has relatively the same number of people, plus or minus, I believe it's 5%, such that each of you represent the same size population. Of course, that changes as population changes over 10 years. So this is done on a 10-year basis. That work's been completed, and we have a recommended map for you. It was a lot of changes that had to take place because of the shifting of the way in order to keep the population equal. And it could get changed if the state's redistricting boundaries split the county. If they do, then we have to follow that split, and we'll have to start figuring it out again. Hopefully, the county will not be split, and this map, as it's been recommended, will stand. This is a good opportunity for public input as to any concerns folks may have. It's maybe premature in that it could change, but it also gives opportunity for a longer period of folks looking at it.
heard from some elected officials that years ago our county was split at one time. They said it was terrible trying to put together local elections to go split through the center of the county in districts.
I'm
Been for
hop-
10 years.
I'm hoping that our geographic location on the edge of Virginia will keep us from being split as much as it would be if we
We
were.
ought to keep our eye on that and comments, but we need to all be in the same, at least the same.
All the
district.
maps I've looked at, none of them split us.
That's great, yeah.
Augusta's the split, I think, on the one I saw.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's the split, I think,
And thanks to the work of Melissa and Mike Henderson, Melissa Muncy and Mike Henderson, one of the houses in Wrightsville has been fairly well, a lot of work's been done on it. It was inspected this week. There's a punch list of things that need to be done, and that will be, before final completion. And then we'll be bidding the drainage, paving, and other infrastructure work on those bids being due on November 18th. And one final item, I spoke with Teresa Tanner with the Forest Service. They are asking her how things were going, trying to keep dialogue going. And on Potts Mountain, there's some cutting that's proposed that would involve both timber sales as well as some burning in order to get a younger growing forest going there. And that information's at the back if anyone's interested. They're soliciting comments that I believe are due about towards the end of November. And there's also going to be for anyone interested, there's a Microsoft Teams meeting link that you can go to and hear the presentation. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.